What's going on, everyone? Jake here again. So today we are going to pick up a couple cars. I think two of them are probably just going to go right to the scrapyard, and then I've got a truck in pretty decent shape that I'm thinking run. The guy says it runs. He said I think he said he had all new brake lines put on it and they just need bled. He never bled them out, whatever. But anyways, I'll show you what that is. This is a house. Well, the first one we're gonna go get is a separate thing. Kid got a hold of me last night. Had a car he once picked up. But I had stopped at a house yesterday that I've had my eye on for a while because they had a Cutlass behind their barn, and then they had an old Econoline van. They had an old Ford truck. They had a few vehicles on the property that I really never saw like move anything. So I happened to catch him outside yesterday doing some yard work, and I pulled up in the driveway. I was like, "Oh, I wonder if if you want to sell any of these." He goes, "Yeah, that was telling me about them. Oh, this one needs has a blown brake line. This one needs this, and then the Cutlass. Oh, the Cutlass I just sell for par. The frame's rotten or whatever." So, but I ended up buying all three of them. Actually, I haven't paid for them yet, but I told him I'd be back for them. But like I say, the Cutlass is probably, unfortunately, just gonna go to the scrapyard, which kind of disappointing. It's kind of a cool car. It's an old, well, you'll see it in a little bit, but it's a 90s Cutlass Supreme. But so I'm probably gonna get that one and run it in, and then I'm gonna come back and get the truck and probably take it home and do some work to it and clean it up, and I'll sell it. And then the van, they got to find the title on, so the van I'll be waiting on, but that's all right. So yeah, we're gonna do that. I'm in town where my trailer is right now, and I gotta unload the Cougar. If you haven't seen that car, go check it out. There's a video on it. But yeah, so let's get that unloaded and head to go pick up the first car. Alright, got that unloaded, trailer's hooked up, and on my way to pick up the first car. He said, I think he said it was an 05 Chevy Malibu. So, don't know what's up with it. Kind of, it's not giving much for it, so not real worried about it. If it's got a converter or not. I'm guessing it probably doesn't, but like I say, I'm only paying, very little for it, so should probably make a couple $100 on it, but we'll see when we get there. And also too, while I'm thinking about it, so if you watched my previous video on the Bricklin, I may have mentioned that I was going to do a second video on getting it running. That video is not going to happen. I actually ended up selling it a couple days ago. The guy just picked it up yesterday. I kind of wanted to keep it, but it was just one, it was in really rough shape, and I just don't have the time or place or the funds to really dig into a project like that. It would have been completely, tear it all down, every single piece, full restoration, whatever. Which the guy I ended up selling it to, that's what he's planning on doing over time. Is tear it all down and rebuild it back up. So I'm happy to sell it to someone else who will do that with it. But and also I got to the point I had my guy come out and make the keys for it, and I put a battery in it and got some power to the lights turned on and everything. But as soon as I clicked the key, it wouldn't do anything. It wouldn't even click. It wouldn't nothing. So I'm guessing it probably had some wiring issues. There was quite a few wire, most of the spark plug wires under the hood had been chewed on by mice. So I'm guessing it had a lot of wiring issues, and I'm really not a wiring expert, so I just wasn't going to get into all that. But anyways, that one's gone. And then also the last 3 videos I posted, I did not realize that I had a border on it, on the top and the bottom, which A, made the video skinnier, but B, when you tilt your phone sideways, it doesn't fill the screen. So apologize for that. But seems like you guys are still watching them anyways, because I've got, I think, a little over 100 views on the last couple I posted that with that border issue. But I'll make sure this one does not have that problem. Yeah, anyways, that's it. I'll pick back up when we get to this car. Alright, so here's the first car. Malibu, nothing special. Yep, that's how it's just kind of a parts car. Airbags are blown on it. No front bumper. Oh yeah, definitely not gonna run with no fuses. But that's alright, so we got our winch. We gotta lift it up and get a wheel back on this. A couple things to move so we can get it out of here. But I don't know if the converter's on it. I'm guessing probably not. Nope, it would have been right there. It's been removed. That's alright. Like I say, I'm getting it cheap enough that we'll still make money even without the converter. So we gotta get to work. Alright. So we got a wheel thrown on over here, but real quick, if any of you guys are, other scrappers watching this, and you have a car that you don't have the key for and you need to get it in neutral, all you gotta find, well, it's gonna be different, but this one's front wheel drive. It's always gonna be up here because the transmission's up here. All you gotta do is get a screwdriver and pop that off, and then you can shift it into neutral. And of course, if it's a rear wheel drive, the transmission's going to be underneath. You do the same thing. You got to climb under it, pop the linkage off, and then you can get it in neutral. Easy peasy. Then you just got to hope that it doesn't have a locking column. This one does not, so that makes life easier. But yeah, so he's getting the key for that. What is that? Cobalt? No. Whatever. I can't ever remember those calibers. Can't ever remember what those are called. So I'm gonna move that caliber out of the way. I'm gonna sneak it around this pile of stuff here and get it out to my truck and get it loaded up. Alright, so we got that one loaded up. Usually I record loading them, but this one was a little more difficult, and the wiring on my winch is falling apart, so I had to use both hands to try and get that to work. Because the stupid thing, I got a Harbor Freight 12,000 pounds, what is it, a Badlands, something like that. It's the second one I've had. I'd bought one before and I'd used it for a few years, but the issues I had with it was the wiring that they come with is just absolute garbage. The wiring just, it gets old, corrodes, and just literally falls apart. Like it's just cheap, awful, horrible wiring. And my first one I had to completely rewire with new wires. And this one I obviously have not done that yet. So both of the ends, the battery ends, just, it corrodes and they just fall off. So then, I was stuck trying to hold the wire to the battery terminal and to make it work, and it's just a pain. The other problem that I had with this one very quickly, the other one I didn't have that problem for a long time. But for some reason, the out function, the free spool, you can still pull it out manually on free spool, but it will not go out with the remote. And my first one did that, and now this one's doing it. And I don't know what causes that. Probably the awful junk wiring. So I'm not sure. But anyways, that's why that one didn't get recorded, because, I was using both hands to try and get the winch to work. But anyways, headed to my scrap guy right now to drop this one off, and try and head to go get the next one. Alright, just left my scrap guy's house. So I didn't record unloading. My grandpa ended up calling me, so I was on the phone with him. It's not the best day to record a video, but it's alright. Not much to see anyways, just a car rolling off the trailer. Anyway, I'm now headed over to the next town, to the house I stopped at yesterday, and we're gonna get the, I think it's like a 92 Cutlass Supreme. It's kind of a cool car, but it's been sitting a long time. He said the frame's rotted out on it, so it's probably just gonna be straight scrap. And then, so I'll run that one in and then go back, and I'm gonna get the truck that's also at that house, and I'm gonna take that one home, because that one, I think I mentioned already, that one's supposed to run and drive, it just needs the brakes blood, something like that. So that one I'll be able to clean up and flip. So here we go. Alright, just pulled into next stop. This is the Cutlass I'm getting. So let's say I've been sitting here a minute. Don't know how long exactly, but a good minute. It's really not too bad of shape, but he said the frame rail on this side's rotting out, so I say probably unfortunately just go to scrap. As I say, I really like these model cars. I had a convertible one a couple years ago, but can't save them all. But he said he's got to clear some stuff out of the way here and make sure he's got everything out of it and get it pulled out of here and take it into scrap. And then working on getting this van. She's got to get the title. And then I'm probably going to be buying this one too. It's a 94. But that's cool, old school wood grain and everything in it. And then we're buying this truck too. It's I think he said 88 F-150. It's got 302 in it. It's in really good shape for what it is. Being it's, I'm in Michigan, so stuff just rots away to nothing out here. But usually all this is gone. Around the fender, it's got a little bit starting on the bed, but like I say, these trucks are usually completely rotten wasted. This thing's in really good shape for what it is. It's got a cap on it. Interior's really nice. Got power windows and locks. It's a really nice shape in here. It's got a dash pad on it. And then the little skinny seat back there. Pretty cool. Automatic. Don't know the miles, but yeah, it's pretty neat. Nice old truck. So usually these seat belts will rot out right here too. But let's say it's got a little bit, but I've owned a lot worse. So pretty excited to pick this one up. And I say we'll just clean it up, fix the brakes, and we'll flip this one. I imagine you can probably get a couple grand out of it. Tailgate's even not that bad. They're usually all rotten completely down the bottom there. But a pretty nice old truck. Alright, got the Cutlass loaded up. Didn't go too bad. All the tires are actually surprisingly still had air in them, a little bit. But it rolled right out of its grave and onto the trailer just fine. The plate on it said 2013, so it's been sitting about 10 years, which is, the guy said he kind of estimated that as well. He said he quit driving it because one of the rear control arms where it bolts to the frame is completely rotten away and, away from the frame. so that's why I had to quit driving it. So really not savable, not fixable. Obviously you can't, you know, can't weld rust. I mean, you can, but not very good. So yeah, this one, like I say, kind of sad, but it's gonna go right to scrap.
Pull the log.
Ready? Aha! Here you go. Alright, so we got that one dropped off. I think that's all we're going to be scrapping today, just those two. So right now I'm about to pull back into the house. I think I'm going to take the truck next. I think that's the one he's working on cleaning out. And then I think he's got to clean the van out too. So I think maybe I'll take the truck now. Maybe come back tomorrow and get the van. Let's see. Got a cab light.
Oh, yeah, you good. It's gonna take a few minutes to prime it up.
Yeah.
I don't know how much gas is in it. I don't know if it's accurate or not.
It says it's very full.
I guarantee it's not.
Yep.
I don't know which one.
Well, it's us. Yeah, it's got 2 tanks too.
Yeah. The front one's brand new. But it's been sitting for a while, so who knows.
Almost.
Getting closer.
Wants to.
It's all gas.
Right. It's not gonna be super happy. All right. Yep.
It is fire.
Yep. All right. So go ahead and winch this one up too. All right, guys. Well, I messed up and totally didn't record loading this, and I also took it to the car wash, and I didn't record that either. But kind of just got in a hurry. I was gone a lot later today than I had planned on, so I was just trying to get done and get back home. But anyway, let's say I washed it up, cleaned up pretty good. Say the paint, I mean, obviously you've got clear coat peeling and everything, but I mean, other than that, I mean, it still shines. I mean, it's really nice shape. And this tailgate gets me too, you know, it's got a couple little tiny bubbles, but like usually these tailgates, the whole bottoms are usually rotted right out. You know, the beds, which it's got a little bit starting, but these are usually all rotted right out. Those are gone, you know. I mean, all of this is usually gone, all of that, all the rockers are usually gone, and they'll rot out and into here. All this will be gone. And the seatbelt, they rust out where the seatbelts mount, so then your seatbelt's pretty much useless. But I mean, just look at the interior in this thing. I mean, it's almost immaculate. I mean, it's got a cover on the seat, can't really see too well, but I don't see any rips, any stains. It's cloth seat. I mean, this thing is nice. And I don't know, it says 85,000, but with it being a 5-digit odometer, there's no way to tell, you know, is it 85,000 or is it 185,000? Sorry, I had to cut that off because I had a friend of mine just come take a look at it and actually made me an offer on it. He's pretty interested in it, but it's kind of too dark to show any more of it, but kind of gave you a walk around of it earlier, so yeah, that's it. Not bad, especially for what I paid for it. I got it super cheap. So alright guys, so that's gonna do it for this one. Let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed it. Probably not really too exciting, but figured, you know, some people like videos like that, and there's a whole scrap thing, and, you know, picking up random cars here and there. So let's say, hopefully some of y'all will enjoy it. Let's say I probably am not gonna do much with that truck. I seem to, these days I don't really do much with the stuff I've been picking up. I seem to sell it so quick. You know, everyone will buy it, and, you know, just wants a project. So, and I make a profit on it, even, you know, even not getting it running, anything like that. So, you know, quick, easy money for me. Yeah, anyways, like I say, let me know what you think. Smash that like button if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe, and have a good one.